Hey everybody. Okay, clearing. This is a Divine Feminine intensive. I've got a list of things here that I've been guided to go into for the beautiful Divine Feminine Collective. The first bit that we're going to look at is what spirit guidance, what divine guidance, what lens is most beneficial for the Divine Feminines to look through for this reading. So I'm going to get, I think, 3 cards and see what... One flew out, 2, 3. Nice. Let's see any more is coming out for sure. Okay, 5. We're going to get 5, 6 cards. Wonderful. Okay, so we have 3 in the upright. I wish my table was bigger and I could show you this, but let's see what we get. So 3 are showing co-create with spirit. So, you know, that is the hallmark of the twin flame journey. Every time we focus on the person, runs off the rails. When we focus on co-creating as above, so below with our connection to source, that's when the magic happens in this. So first and foremost, the divine spirit guidance is focus on your connection to source. If you don't hear your own guidance, if you do not hear the divine instruction through your emotional responses, feeling it in your body, having any of the claircognizance, clairaudience, you know, any clairvoyance. Clairvoyance is seeing, clairsentience is knowing, clairaudience is hearing. If you don't have those sort of experiences, deepen your connection to the divine so that you do. If you're not getting that yet, if you're not moving in premonitions, feeling into potentials, understanding energy, that is the stage of the journey you are meant to be focusing on and to trust and to know that your union is not going to be benefited by your connection to source. You know, twin flames and divine counterparts, deep soul connections like this, they are highly spiritual. They do not negate the spiritual aspect of the individuals involved, like karmic relationships. They include the Trinity. And so this is a very important reminder. If you are not centered on that, you're not going to get true love. It doesn't need to be a heady analytical process. It can be faith-based. But if you're not in alignment with that, if you follow my readings, you are quite intelligent and you're okay with these kind of analytical assessments, it's of value to you or you would not be here. That's my style. If I'm not that reader for you, if you want something more simple, there are many readers out there, but I get into the meaty psychological spiritual analysis, the analytical meditation, as the Dalai Lama once called it. We don't need to blindly clear our minds. We can come into the conscious understanding that backs our faith through first-hand understanding. And so if you are not satisfied with where your connection to source is, or hearing divine guidance or spirit guidance, the very first message here is begin to co-create with spirit. Deepen your spiritual gifts. I do offer those sessions to help you get in touch with that, and we can go into mind, body, and spirit and see where that's playing out in your life. Schedule a session. I just opened up tomorrow and the next day. Surprise, out of nowhere. So I do actually feel, I wasn't even going to mention that. I was just going to leave it up to whoever was drawn, but I am specifically feeling to work with those individuals who see this video and want to accelerate their connection to source. Schedule a session if that speaks to you. Wow, I was going to say 717 when I saw 17 on here. It's a twin flame number. 717 is a twin flame union number because it is the divine completion in each twin becoming one. The two shall become one when both are divinely cooked, baked, when you're both cooked, fully cooked. It comes together in one unison. Sweet results await. Co-create with spirit and allow those sweet results to manifest, divine feminines. Lizard spirit, dream the world into being. with that connection to source, you truly can manifest anything into your life. So this is the divine guidance, the message coming through for you, divine feminines watching this. We've got 3 more. Antelope spirit, life is speeding up. So as you unlock your connection to source and learn to consciously manifest your reality, as an independent individual, things speed up. Your life becomes very, I heard, mesmerizingly full. You lose yourself in the zone. Then we have trust in the great mystery and think on your feet. When you come into alignment in presence, you have profound trust. You have profound faith. It's no longer hope. And you can think on your feet because the Holy Spirit gives you exactly what to say, do, act on, believe in every given moment. When you're in alignment, that is the preparation needed to bring you into alignment, and then everything just unfolds in front of you in the present moment when you are connected with source like that. When the divine is your homie, you've got that on tap, you are always able to access what is needed in every given moment, and you can live life in the presence. In the present, pardon me, when you come into that alignment. So that's the message we're opening here with from Spirit. That's the key. That's why you're meant to focus on self, and what you do for self is other, or is done for other in this twin connection. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, I'm so passionate about that. That is, in my own journey, in my own life, that is the magic. That is the thing, you know. I'm even thinking of the 10 commandments. Love the divine above all other things. That's the key. That shows you, you know, the divine is love, and love is the only eternal. And so if you seek and love and devote yourself to that understanding, that means deepening, taking it upon yourself to explore that connection and profoundly deepen in it. All other things are illuminated. All other things roll out. Okay. Wow, there's just so much of that right now. Catch the fire, everyone. Okay, so let's get a message from the Divine Masculine Collective here. What would the DMs love to let you know right now, Divine Feminines? Okay. Wow, so we do get immediately, we get this Ace of Pentacles, the offer, the new beginning in the physical. Kind of came out willy wally. Is that a word? Willy wonky willy. I don't know what that is. Where am I getting that? I'm so curious who's going to think that resonated. Please tell me in the comments if that last little thing message spoke to you. Hilarious. Okay, but we do get Page of Wands and the Lovers. This is completely about aligning with Spirit. The Lovers is the choice of alignment with higher self, the free will choice to really see the higher love, to see those higher timelines, to access them through your own conscious desire to look at reality that way. The Lovers is a major arcana. This is about more than making a choice in love. It is the choice in love, the choice to see life as aligned through the eyes of love. This is the realm of the angelics. This is the divine realm. This is you waking up into the ability to believe in that. And this Page of Wands, this is your, I believe this is truly from the 5D Divine Masculines. This is the spiritual path. The Page of Wands is the seeker of this love, of devotion, of discernment. And so I am clearly getting that the 5D aspect of the Divine Masculines would like to say, seek first this divine alignment, and that's what manifests this into the physical. I want to get more of a 3D message from the Divine Masculines, because that is, I mean, that's the divine aspect of the Divine Masculine, the prerequisite in these divine templates that must be implemented as a foundation in order for things to ground. Karmic situations, karmic relationships get hot and heavy and ground in the physical and then never expand into the 5D and the spiritual growth. I mean, if they do, it's a spiritual lesson, but it's not a permanent, eternal alignment. With these twin connections, it's the inverse of that. It is first the spiritual foundation that allows for the physical grounding. It's the inverse of a karmic relationship. What would the 3D masculines, divine masculines, say to the feminines today? Oh boy. So we get sex again. But be more selfish. Like really popped out here, and sex. So wow. I'm just really hearing with these that the divine masculines are saying, you own your body. You own your preferences, your frequency, your boundaries, your alignment. Don't focus on your divine masculine. What does your person feel is beneficial for you? If you had complete safety to only focus on yourself, what are your beliefs about sex? Own it. Divine feminine. This is a time where you have the benefit on the planet to reclaim your sovereign empowerment as a sexual, physical, spiritual, emotional, psychological being. Is there any place in you that needs to reclaim your own sovereignty that way and not give away your power, divine feminine? This is actually bringing up quite a deep, profound thing here. If this is truly divine masculine's 3D message, this is saying, know your worth, divine feminine. Don't desire a connection with your divine masculine that settles for anything short of what works for you. Okay, I'm absolutely in love with you in the reverse. So they're not telling you this. I'm hearing because the connection has not been validated, affirmed to be at its full potential yet. It's like a withholding this statement of profound, complete love because it's not fully established to the degree that it is based on this level of profound knowledge of self, divine feminine. You know, if you prematurely love your masculine and fall in love with their potential, and vice versa, if the masculine just simply falls in love with your potential and you slam together in a relationship before the groundwork is established properly, it never reaches its full potential. And so it feels like the divine masculines are withholding this statement of profoundly being in love with you until you really take your empowerment. I just got the stop sign color here, like it's on hold until you truly understand that you are the center of your reality, divine feminine, and everything is up to you. Okay, we also get words do hurt. So the masculines are understanding they don't want to prematurely state the amount of love they have for you because they don't want to hinder the potential here. They only want to consummate this when it's appropriate, when it actually is a physical reality that both of you have come into your potential. That's when it's appropriate to consummate this. Woo! This is a 3D message. This is crazy. So please give me time. I've never felt this way before. So the masculines are just coming into this awareness of how sexual consummation profoundly indicates the level of development that a relationship can reach. I have been getting that spirit guidance myself over the last year and a half or so, profoundly, and I'm feeling that the Divine Masculine Collective is coming into the conscious awareness of that. And I do believe it's because they've been exploring these other connections. A lot of Divine Masculines have been looking at the contrast between karmic encounters, karmic partners, lovers. We got into poly themes for a while. And the Divine Masculines are really seeing the difference. You are set apart. You're that one person that they haven't taken things to their full potential yet, because neither of you have become that energy yet. And so it may look, Divine Feminine, that you are the last on the list, but it's almost like saving the best for last, or, you know, seeing this theme of jumping into bed with someone, or, you know, having a casual sexual encounter, a non-committal encounter that never produces the fruits of true intimacy and the real thing, this higher love, this spiritual love. Those good things take time. And Divine Masculines seem to be really all up in their head and their feels about this, and really urging you, Divine Feminine, to understand that, to know your worth to that level. Oh, and the last message is, I worry about us a lot. I'm being drawn to the seventh day of rest here. This is a pause, so that this can really be felt and understood. It is not about being rejected by your masculine. It's about the energy gelling when both twins truly understand what a sacred motion and what a permanent motion and what a validating motion making love to your twin actually is. Wow, that's incredible that that's a 3D message here from the Divine Masculines. Okay, next on my list is, where are the Divine Feminines at regarding union on the emotional, mental, and physical levels? So I'm going to pull some cards now and see where is the consciousness? Where is the emotional maturity? Where is the physical alignment in the Divine Feminine Collective? Where are Divine Feminines at regarding being able to truly access union at this time? We're really going to get into it. And I'm going to do a reading like this for the Divine Masculines as well. So, where are the Divine Feminines at? Divine Creator, please use me as a channel of only the highest and most beneficial information coming through for the Divine Feminine Collective and Divine Masculine Cross Watchers. What can we see here for Divine Feminines? I'm going to get 3 cards for the emotional realm. Always start with the Sun, and I'm going to get one from the bottom, 2 of Air. So this is what I would call a key card. I pulled it from the bottom of the deck to see the underlying energy for the emotional realm. We get the 4 of Wands. This is spiritual foundation, and all the messages today, Divine Feminine, are really like reiterating, reinforcing the need to have pristine, masterful understanding, emotional clarity, and holistic integration of mind, body, and spirit about the profound reality and spirituality of these connections. If you are professing to desire and believe in true love, that is divine. The divine is love. Love is divine. It's not karmic. And so this is the magnitude we're dealing with on the emotional realm. You get this, Divine Feminine. If you're still with me in this video, you are working on 1111 twin flame union here. So emotionally, you're really starting to understand that through all the options, the confusion, the interpretations, 7 of Water is in many decks, it's the can be brain fog, but all the options, but there's just one clear path through the middle way, through all of it, that is the fine line, that edge. I often see it as a sword of truth, and the duality being sliced down the center of reality, the polarities that we deal with, the options, and that slicing that is finer and finer, infinitely more refined, infinitely more divine, and having all of the dualities peeling off of that as it slices through reality. That's what comes to me when I see the Seven of Cups, Seven of Water sometimes, is that relationship, that emotional knowing of the middle way. So divine feminines, it's, you're never going to arrive at a final destination. It is a process, and that's why we're always going to be in the particle and wave theory. We're always going to be in separation, meaning sovereignty. We're never going to lose ourselves. It's always going to augment us. The same with a spiritual connection. We are always going to be augmented by our relationship with the divine and our partnership with our twin. And we won't be allowed to come into, energetically, it just is a north-north, south-south repelling magnetic force if we try to come into a twin dynamic prematurely. The static energy of karma still in our life repels. That's what does it. That's what repels us from coming into union or closer and closer proximity and streamlining with our twin, is the karmic static in both of our lives that isn't healed yet. It's an energetic static that repels. That's what that is. That's what I've been shown. But divine feminines, you are in alignment, and the sun, this is enlightenment. So you are truly understanding any of the blockages, emotional blockages, aka triggers that you've experienced in the past. You're starting to make sweet music out of those. They are becoming instructional instead of blocks. They are becoming your toggles, your emotional toggle system. The Two of Air is our love versus fear-o-meter. And being the key card here, you're getting it. You're grabbing those controls, and you're steering away from things that trigger fear and towards things that trigger love. You are finding that middle path, and you are enlightened. You are coming into union. You are in emotional alignment, and you are understanding that it's not a final destination. This thing is an unfolding process eternally. That's what brings in the aliveness. I'm being reminded of the 369 template that came through before at the Cancer new moon. That increments. So think of a bar of music, for instance, but 3, 6, 9 running all the way between the two finite edges there. The 3 is the resistance, the 6 is the integration, and the 9 is the wholeness that exists independently of that. This is a motivator fractal. This is a template of reality that keeps us growing. It never stops. It's a fractal level of reality in the cosmos and in the mundane. It's what keeps things new. It's the perpetual refresher molecule. I don't know what to call it. It's a stunning thing. But there isn't a destination, and divine feminines, you truly are getting to that peace, that surety, that knowing that it is not a destination. It is a act of worship, I'm even hearing. It's an act of aliveness. It is life, experiencing life and aliveness. Okay, let's see what divine spirit guidance would have the divine feminines know about this incredible emotional mastery coming in. We get cosmic calibrator, universal attunement. Yeah, when you grab your emotional toggles, you're suddenly stepping up and out of the duality and you're attuning to divine will, just like we saw in the very first card that came out, Divine Feminines. Align with or co-create with spirit. There it is. That is the repatterning, the guidance that Divine Feminines are becoming masterful in. This is it. Let this be a bell ringing. If you don't feel like you're there yet, Divine Feminines, this is what it's like. Literally seeing through the love and fear choices in any given moment and doing that which you know is right and true without falter. I'm hearing without fail. That's what I'm getting. And allowing for that consistent knowledge. It's through our free will that we open to divine guidance, the remembrance that we can ask in any given moment for what is that loving path through the midst of everything. I'm just so excited to have that amount of clarity in the emotional realms, Divine Feminines. That's stunning. Okay. I just heard myself think, I can't wait to see where the masculines are at. Okay, let's do it. Conscious realm. Hermit. 3 of Earth. Ace of Air. 9 of Water. So 9 of Water is the underlying energy here. Ooh, this is good, Divine Feminines. So this is the key card for the conscious mind, the conscious realm. What I'm getting here, this is the wish fulfillment. Many Divine Feminines are masterful manifestors. We are the audacious crew that has believed in love, not settled for less, done what we've wanted, rebelled at times, hardcore, because we've needed to know for ourselves. It's like the Garden of Eden, like well-behaved Divine Feminines seldom make history. There is a very self-realized soul call that comes through the Divine Feminine, because we know that we are sovereign beings and that our lives are our free will choice and our free will choice alone. We have been in training for that all of our lives. That's what makes us so spirit-led, so heart-centered, and you know, it's not an issue with authority, but there is a sense coming out of a lot of the patriarchal templates that the feminine is not to trust themselves, that feminine is not trustworthy. And so there has been a huge clearing in recent generations and a reclamation of feminine, divine feminine empowerment and the ability to be masterful in broad daylight, in public, and own that right to be sovereign that way. However, there's also been a headstrong desire to manifest with force, with deliberate force in a developing energy. Many Divine Feminines have really pushed through the status quo and the boundaries, and that's good. But now in this current energy, what I'm seeing is that there's a softening, a return to the softening of the feminine, a deepening knowing that the Divine Feminines do not want to prove themselves, and that the receptivity coming in is true safety, no longer chasing. I'm hearing too, because that headstrong energy, that chasing energy is subsiding, and there is a desire to only be receptive to what is meant for us consciously, and therefore the emotions are in balance because there's not an emotional getting ahead of. Sometimes this 9 of Cups can be an overachieving energy of wanting it now, wanting it fast, being gluttonous, being insatiable. In the reverse, I'm getting that this is really Divine Feminines not wanting to manifest against the free will of their masculine, really truly wanting to wait until the divine masculine actually chooses them too, instead of convincing or chasing or fighting for something that isn't just freely given. That is beautiful, because karmic feminine energy tries to convince or sell oneself to a masculine. And so divine masculine's watching. If you're confused at the lack of your divine feminine fighting for this connection, it's because your divine feminine does not want to sell themselves to you. They want to be chosen authentically because you have seen their spiritual worth. So yeah, divine feminines, I'm just in awe of this becoming. What else do we have? Yeah, the truth. This is profound truth on the conscious mind. The Ace of Swords is this revolutionary new way of looking at things that is like profoundly clear and open to what is, rather than trying to, you know, the Ten of Swords, for instance, is an existential crisis. That gives way into this kind of surrender. So divine feminines, you've truly let go. And you only want things that are energetically in teamwork here. With the Three of Coins, this is my card for 3D. In the reverse, this is really attuning to the energies that run through the conduit of reality. The Hermit here, this is when you are in hermit mode, but it's in the reverse here to say you've seen this destined path. You've woken up to the Tao of the journey. Oh my goodness, divine feminines. And now you're opening that door to destiny. Oh, I'm actually going to I'm gonna write that down, because I'm gonna call this woken up to the Tao of the journey. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Divine feminines. Okay, let's get a card to see what the divine would have the divine feminines know about having woken up to the Tao of the journey. Sorry, I just get really excited by that. I saw Radon Atom here, which is autonomy, but we also get a Pleiadian Stargate, freedom, sensitivity, beauty, and sensuality. So this is the luscious, reclaimed, sensual. I'm seeing the sacral chakra reclaimed, just as the message from the masculine said, be more selfish, reclaim your sacral chakra. That's an orangish red. I can get behind that. Grounding of the root and the sacral orange. So yeah, reclaiming your true beauty, your true worth, divine feminine, your freedom to experience your true pleasure. I'm hearing this is the middle way that is reclaiming your sensuality and doesn't pretend, doesn't need to have a mask or a pretense. You know, faking an orgasm is one thing. I don't think many divine feminines are still that fake, but truly surrendering in the sensual interface with life, that aliveness, so that you can't pretend on any level. And that's not just sexual. Sensual authenticity is about your own preferences, what makes you truly lose yourself in the glory of a moment. Good food, beauty that you can see in nature, the colors that come alive when you are truly in awe of this reality, when you truly get it, when you're in partnership with the splendor of life. That's this energy when you stop forcing your preference onto things and you instead recognize your preference as your uniqueness, and you wait for that which celebrates your preference to come up and celebrate freely your preference with you, divine feminine. Oh wow, I really hope I get a lot of viewers that see this all the way through, because whoa, this is such a juicy, juicy reading. Okay, let's see on the physical realm. Where are the divine feminines at regarding alignment with union? Messenger of Earth. This is the page that brings kindness, reciprocity, openness, genuine, authentic energy into the physical. It's on your physical level, so Nailing it, Divine Feminines. Oh, and the Lovers. I just put that down right on top of this card. Oh, this card, I meant the Lovers. We have it here again. This was the Divine Masculine message, and look at you, Divine Feminine. You are absolutely in love with that. So, you know, it's a chicken and an egg. The Divine Masculines may be wishing this in the 5D, but guess what? They're only wishing it because it is legit. It's there. It's possible. So I will often say that our heart wishes are placed there by the divine, and that as we seek to make those manifest and possible, that we are in divine obedience. And so what I'm seeing here is that both are recognizing, Divine Feminine, you are recognizing this higher view of your reality in your physical life. You are walking in that ascended consciousness. And it's like the Divine Masculines, without even understanding how there you are, they are already wishing for that, which is their own prerequisite to see it and believe it. We have to be of something in order to recognize it. And so this card showing up in your physical proclaims you are that, and the Divine Masculines are proclaiming they want you to be that. And so that is really more of a testament of their readiness coming into recognizing you for who you are and where you're at. I've quoted Mark Twain before, but it's coming up again. Mark Twain said, "When I was 18, I thought my father was the stupidest man on earth, and by the time I was 20, I thought, gee, he'd learned a lot." That's what I'm getting here. Divine Masculines are coming into this embrace of the higher love, and at a stage where they're hoping that you'll come into it, but you're there, Divine Feminine, and so it's their readiness they're experiencing. Not that we're ahead of you, Divine Masculines, but in some ways we have been preparing. We've also seen in many ways that sexuality and the importance of sacred sexuality have been protected by you, Divine Masculines. So I want to honor that. There is a lot of reciprocity and negotiation in today's reading. This is stunning to me, y'all. Everyone. Magician. Oh yeah. So Divine Feminines, your 3D life is in alignment. You have done well, Divine Feminines. I'm hearing even you've done everything possible to come into and manifest this framework in your physical life that allows you the spontaneity and freedom to offer yourself genuinely in every given moment. You have moved your life into that. If you have not left karmic situations, if you have not manifested the entire freedom that you know you'd need to come into for your union to be fully complete with your masculine, Divine Feminines, you are getting this wind in your sails. For many Divine Feminines, you have cleared a lot of karma, left karmic partners, moved homes, or are in the process of that. There are so many 3D manifestations that are changing over for Divine Feminines. So no matter where you're at with that, this is just a profound confirmation you've come into alignment with the higher love, and now everything changing in your life is the reveal of the true you, aligning with the things in your physical realm that represent who you actually are, where your heart's alignment has come to. What is the underlying? Oh, the 5 of Earth. This is separation in the reverse. Coming out of separation, you are manifesting every potential opportunity and manifestation in your physical realm, so that there is no longer anything at fault in you from your side of the energy that would prevent union. You have set your life up here, Divine Feminine, so your side of the energy is not at fault for anything that would cause separation. How do I word that more clearly? I think you get what I'm talking about. So if you are not there yet, Divine Feminine, please take this message that separation is a tandem process. If there are any things left in your life that are contrary to you being in union with your masculine, manifest those without further haste, without further ado, Divine Feminine, because unless you're compatible or available for union, you're not going to come into union. It doesn't work that way. You can't expect your masculine to do all the work, or do all the work before you do the work, or any of that. But this really truly feels for the majority of Divine Feminines, especially those that have watched to the end of this reading, that you have actually set the ball in motion for everything that you're accountable for on your side of the energy to bring you into union. So Divine Masculines cross-watching, your Divine Feminine has been allowing this love to direct the course of their lives beautifully towards your connection. What is the spirit guidance here? Temple of Celestial Revelations. And this card wants to come out. Yeah, union. I'm going to get to that in a second. But angelic assistance, truth, mastery, and majesty. Oh, salvation and majesty, sorry. And seal of clairsentience. We talked about the clair giftings at the beginning of this. Clairsentience is the knowing, the clarity, the knowledge, the channeling, and the unification. So yes, Divine Feminines, you have been diligent to divine obedience, to collaborate with Spirit, sight unseen, towards union, and be accountable for everything that you've had to do in your physical, or that you will have to do to come into union. You've been trusting that divine guidance implicitly and allowing that to show you each step at a time. You've had angelic assistance, so if you feel like there's anything still needing to be done, Divine Feminines, pray for angelic assistance. This is the saving grace, I'm being told, that you are developing such a profound connection with the divine, co-creating with Spirit, that you are blameless in doing your share to prepare for union. I am going to leave it there and go do the Divine Masculine reading. This is such an important reading, and I adore you all so much, Divine Feminines. I'm so happy to be on this journey as a Divine Feminine, and this reading is so luscious, is it not? Okay, bye for now, everybody. Much love.